So we just worked on, getting our hips into the exercise, okay? Getting power from our hips. Now we're going to do something that'll work on still the same concept. What we're going to do is power shrugs, okay? And I'm using a little bit of a heavier dumbbell with these, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let the dumbbells just hang at my sides, just like that. My arms are hanging, but everything else in my body is active. It's tight. I'm going to get a good base in my feet, okay? And when we're doing these exercises, these next few dumbbell exercises, make sure that your power is coming from the heel of your foot. A lot of times, guys, when they do stuff like power cleans, hang cleans, one of the most common errors I see is that they are up on their tiptoes, okay, before they even start the exercise. What happens when you do that is you lose a good amount of your power, okay? When I'm on my tiptoes, all that power I generate from the ground, it's stopping about right in here. And I'm having to work too hard and the rest of my body to get the weight up. Whereas if I've got my heel into the ground and I'm getting that power from my heels, okay, that power is going from my heel up through my leg, into my quads and my hamstrings, into my lower back, right? So that power is going to get distributed evenly, and that way you don't have to work too hard, and that way your technique stays perfect, right?
Also hier ein ganz essentieller Punkt ist der, dass man aus den Fersen rausdrückt und nicht aus den Zehenspitzen, denn nur wenn man aus den Fersen drückt, kann auch die Kraft durch den gesamten Körper durchtransportiert werden.
Alright, so I pick up my weight. One thing that I do with my athletes before they even start the movement, I tell them to show me their toes, right? And from that, I want to see that their weight is in their heels and that they can move the front of their feet. That means that they're getting the power from the right places and it's getting distributed correctly, okay? So I'm letting the weight hang. I'm going to go just a short dip. And again, I'm using my hips to explode, right? And I'm shrugging at the top of the explosion. Dip, explode, dip, explode. This whole time, I'm keeping the power in my heels.
Das ist also der gesamte Körper angespannt, bis auf die Arme. Die Arme, die hängen da einfach nur. Und die Kraft kommt aus den Fersen. Und man zieht den Nacken nach oben.
Ja.
So, what is this good for?
This is good for, again, generating that power and explosion from your hips. Anything, right, if you play soccer, football, basketball, there's always going to be movements, sport-specific movements. You've got to be able to recruit those muscles, right, and those nerves in your hips to be able to get that power. Whether you're jumping up, right, in basketball for a layup, in my sport, football, if I'm going to tackle somebody, I'm getting that explosion from my hips, right? So everything that you do, right, is coming from your core, and everything starts in your core. That's why these lifts are important, right? Because anything that I do or anything anybody else does as an athlete starts right here. And the better control and power I have right here in my core, the easier it is for me to control my extremities like my arms and my legs. And again, back to sprinting and running. If your core isn't strong, it's going to be too hard for you to keep the right form with your legs, right? And you're not getting good sprint mechanics that way.
Alles klar, das heißt also, diese Übung ist extrem wichtig, um natürlich die Hüfte und um die Bauchmuskulatur, den gesamten Bauchmuskelgürtel, auch den unteren Rücken zu stärken, um dann bei anderen Bewegungen wie Sprinten und Sprüngen und so weiter einfach eine gute Form zu halten und die Arme und die Beine kontrollieren zu können, ohne von der guten Haltung abzuweichen und ohne von der guten Technik abzuweichen.